My name is Kenneth, and this is our company under ILEG Infusion Light Energy. Also, too, Cardboard PC Kingdom, because we build PC cases out of cardboard. Hold on a minute. Grabbing a few things real quick. Trying to accessorate the craziness that we got going on right now. Because right now the office is a bit of going through some change. So, if you haven't noticed, there is a cardboard build in front of you. What we're doing is we're going to be building us up a bookcase system to replace that over there. I wish I didn't pay $75 for that thing now. I think I paid more than that for it because well, we can use it for something. I got to take the whole thing apart, strip it down, and the bottom part of it is a nice piece of aluminum, black metal. Actually, the one we're going to be ordering to show up a screen, but actually we can use that for a projection screen for the bottom end for that. The rest of that's going to be scrapped and thrown in the trash. And that's a $75 piece of furniture that I paid for, and now I find out I really didn't have to pay for it because I could have really just built it. So what we're going to build here is going to involve cardboard and panel system. Panel system is this. This is the screen that we built, and here accommodate our new ILEG, and that is the Quantum Black Star. If you saw the demonstration, man, this stuff looks absolutely amazing. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to build a basic, easy piece of furniture without it basically, you know, it's going to be strong, it's going to be sturdy, it's going to everything we need, you know, all that good stuff right there. Go. A minute. Stuff around. Room. One of the things I never learned before I go live is to move stuff out of the way so it's not in the way when I'm working. And that's one of the problems I just don't really rehearse anything. I just go do it. So we don't rehearse anything. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're basically going to map out what we're going to be building here. Now this is going to accommodate my projector, because I do need my projector to be much higher up in the air. Especially when we're using lens shift projectors, we need it much higher up in the air. We don't need it sitting there where it's at, because again, if it's sitting there, what's going to happen is I'm going to be walking in front of this thing and it's just going to be blinding me 24/7. So these things have to get really high. So we have to have it up there. And then with this piece we have here, over top of the light fixture, we don't have to worry about that because we have lens shift on the projector. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is we have to put in some sort of box system so we can put stuff into it. So that's what we're going to be working on right now over here. And I need to grab glue gun, which we don't have out, which we should have out, but we don't have the glue gun out. Is that the old one? That's the old. We should throwing some of these things away, man. We're not using this. That goes in the trash. Where is the glue gun? Here, down here. And I'm going to use the last of my thinner sticks on my glue gun because today we're going down and picking up heavy duty glue gun so we can do bigger jobs. Because there's just no point in me basically having that in there. It just doesn't do much. I can't put much stuff in it, and I've seen the taller ones that they have, and they're just a lot more expensive. Let me see. We're definitely getting it. This is like for hobbies. We need a bigger glue gun. Alright, so put that right there. And let's start. This doesn't have to be fancy. This is basically for join the boxes to get to make a larger box. But I will be adding panels to this one too also. The panels make the surface just much more stronger. If I had had my option of being able to build all my furniture out of cardboard, what I do now, because I'm basically, you know, I'm single. But when I wasn't single, whoo, this is gonna fall over. I get something here for this. When I wasn't single, I couldn't do that. Because again, you know, unless I had a girlfriend who thought, or wife who thought on the same level as I did, have all the furniture built out of cardboard, that'd been pretty cool, but nope, not a chance. So, it wasn't gonna happen, you know. Now, would I be building like my furniture, my home front out of this stuff? No. It's a special kind of cardboard you get for building furniture. It's the one the guy had in the IKEA furniture, not IKEA, the Amazon, who built the desk. That's what you use for building furniture. That's a whole different type of cardboard. And like I said, when I was looking at his cardboard, you could tell he had two panels. They come in 3 and 4, and these things are no joke. You can't go through them with a pair of these. You'll break your scissors. You literally have to cut those with saws. They're very, very sturdy. You can literally stand on top of one of those things. They're not going to snap in half. Because I built my my cloud sofa, and I'm right now building my coffee table. I'm talking to a guy online. He's showing me how to make the curves with it. It looks pretty cool because, man, his table looks amazing. If you look at it, you literally think it was wood. I was just staring at it like, that's cardboard? And he was like, yeah, it's cardboard. It is freaking amazing. Like a cardboard master. I don't know what he's going to do. It looks amazing. So he's teaching me how to build my coffee table and my my dining room table. And it's all cardboard. All of it's cardboard. And those panels you get, they're not expensive. They're not expensive at all. But he told me to get between the 3, when we're building a structure like that, between the 3 and 4 panels. And you can take a 3 panel and you can literally stand on top of one of these things and they don't snap in half. You literally have to go out with a saw, cut one of these things. So yeah, they're pretty sturdy. So if you want to reinforce that, what I did for me to reinforce mine a little bit better, I got some of those the cardboard tubes that you put things in. They wrap paper around it. I got some of the cardboard tubes and I lined them all in there and then basically placed my other piece on top of the cardboard on top of that. And then I'm able to separate some here and here. I'm cutting peekaboo windows. My freaking cloud sofa is sick. It's amazing. I've got charging dock stations in it. I got USB ports in it. I even got peekaboo windows where you can actually see a cyberpunk world right in my sofa. It's sick. Neon lights, the whole 9 yards, because you're building your stuff. Now you're saying, hey, that can't be that comfortable. Yeah, it is. You can actually go over to Amazon and you could buy everything you need to literally build a sofa. That memory foam surface, you could buy all that. Those huge cushions, you could buy all that. The bags that you put stuff in for the huge cloud sofa cushions, you could buy all that. You can buy beanbag chairs, giant beanbag chairs, pillowcases, and they sell the stuffing to stuff them in to make these giant chairs. You can buy everything off Amazon. Everything. So I freaking love how I can go in and build this entire thing literally out of cardboard. So all my furniture in my place is all made out of cardboard. It is water resistance and fire resistance. So yeah, gotta think outside the box, literally. So what we're going to do here is, like I said, we're going to do a basic cutter boxes open to make one large box. And I'm doing it this way because I don't want to use the other boxes because it will look kind of tacky. Let's see, I want to cut myself there. So that's what we're doing. We're making one large box out of 2 boxes. And this part right here doesn't have to be fancy because it's just connecting to another box. That's all. I figure while we're putting this thing together, I might as well put some interesting stuff in here. So I'm going to get a couple more of those Pico projectors, and I got some that plexiglass behind me. I'm going to be putting some nice little peekaboo windows, maybe fish on one side and star on the other side. We're going to make some of these front and rear so I can use it to do some pretty cool stuff with my desk. Not desk, sorry, my bookcase. Okay. So now mind you, the cardboard itself, all of it's going to be reinforced with panels. Panels are going to be cut to size. That's why I like using those particular panels, because we can cut those with a regular pair of scissors. They're nice and strong. I use them to build the entire system behind me, and that's the same thing I'm going to put here. All this going to be cut and repaneled. Everything can be repaneled with plastic fiberboard. That way, you don't have to worry about having the structure basically buckle or anything when we paint it. Now, when we do this, we don't paint the boxes. The boxes are never painted. And the reason why the boxes are never painted is because, as I said before, if we paint the boxes, they will buckle. So what we do is, we basically go in, we don't paint the boxes. I like this. We don't paint the boxes. We leave them exactly the way they are, because if I painted the boxes when I did the screen behind me, we would have buckled. And that means the panels would not have laid all that flat. So that would not have worked too well. And yes, we're going to like the system. I like the flat laser trace. I'm using those. I'll show you those. I did order some. And I did order the lights for the giant screen we have behind us. I ordered a set of rope lights. I'm going to have those in pink at the top, blue at the bottom for my cyberpunk setup. So we're just running a line across here where we want to cut. And where the red line is at here, this is where we're going to cut here, here, and here, and pop this whole piece out. And I'm trying to watch Taco, who's behind me right now, who's very, very curious about what is going on in the environment and trying to figure out ways to get in trouble. Hey, Dennis the Menace. Oh, you respond to that name. Interesting. Anything else I call him a nickname he won't respond to. But he responded to Dennis the Menace. He has to be here to be the overseer. And again, he's licking himself, so no one needs to see that crap. What are you doing in the corner? You could have done that right over there. Being creepy. So we have basic easy build. Now for the dash, because this piece of furniture is huge, it's heavy. I mean, I tried lifting some of it up. It's really, really heavy. It's gonna be a nightmare to get out of here. We're gonna leave it exactly where it's at, but the top part is what I really need to change. So we are going to do a panel system for the top, and I am going to put where we have the lines at, where the panel's going to be at. We're going to put in a thin, flat laser system. I call it laser. It's a rope system, but it looks like a little laser shooting through it, and it's a chase system, which means it can do a whole channel chase system through the whole desk. And the beautiful thing about it, I like about that, is they have this coating over top of it, where the other ones had these individual lights and circuit boards exposed, and if you bent or basically set them heavy, you crack that, they just turn red. They're a damaged circuit. These, you don't have that problem, and they're waterproof, which means I spill anything on the desk, don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to put me in a cup holder system, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, so we're going to cut this. Cut the side over here. Can I just do this with scissors? Like, look, I should really do this with a pair of scissors. It shouldn't be that complicated to do this with scissors. Where is my scissors at anyway? Just have a few minutes. Just talking about cutting something out right over there. There we go. This is why I like to go on and show you things on YouTube, we definitely gonna do a knife for that. That's something like that. We're definitely like to go on and show you things on YouTube because again, anybody who's showing you how to do something or make something, you will bump into individuals who will try to downplay what you're doing by saying that, oh, nobody does that at all, period. And there are people who are making money out of cardboard furniture. And if you think at the end of the day that they don't make a lot, they make far more than what you could ever dream to have in your banking account. Because it's a big thing to buy cardboard furniture. It's a huge thing. People want to do more for the environment, and they're figuring out different and easier ways of basically trying to get the environment and our ecosystem to last a little longer. And this is where the cardboard, recyclable materials come in handy because, again, it's cheap, it's affordable, and on top of that, anyone can build it. Now they got some other stuff I've seen, some other furniture that I've seen was way, 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 way complicated to build. But man, people pay the money for cardboard furniture. They do. I would. I like it. All different types. People with money, people in mid-class, upper class, whatever. People like cardboard furniture. And it's funny because, it's interesting. The homeless were doing it for years. They were making stuff out of cardboard for years. For years. Alright. Got another box we have here. Get this done. So that's why I tell people, look, you do a YouTube channel, you're going to have people that are not going to like what you do. Man, you could be doing something insanely incredible, and you're still going to have those people on there hating on something. Because again, it's a jealousy factor. It is. It's a shame, but that's what it is. But anyway, pay it no mind, go about your business, and do what you like to do. That's what that comes down to. Right here, we have a thicker piece of cardboard in this section right here. How I shut my trolls up at the end of the day, I walk them into courtrooms. That's how I do mine. Yeah, if we catch them and a YouTube recording saying something they shouldn't have said, we walk them into courtrooms. Small claims court, easy, open and shut, no attorneys involved, none of that stuff, It's me and that person and a lawsuit, and that's it. Defamation. Because people have to understand that, look, if you say something, let's say to your coworkers, right? Say a few people hear it, right? Unless these individuals are literally clearly going to back up in court that they heard you say such and such a thing, right? But when you say something on social media, everybody hears it. And that's why it's an easier lawsuit. And if you have it on documented, you've made a copy of this person making this statement on social media, it's an open and shut lawsuit. Now I'm going to show you how easy you can literally be sued within minutes. Because, like I said, if you're in a bag with a bunch of people, and you're talking trash about somebody, say something nasty about their family, whatever, kind of hard to get somebody on that. Because then, like I said, you got to get people to testify that this person actually said this. And, when you're doing a testimony in court, you got to take a day off from work. It's a long process. A lot of people they'd rather just say, no, I never heard anything at all, period, than go losing a day's work. Because you're not going to get paid for that, just so you know. That person's going to pay you for your day's work. That's the only way. So it's kind of hard to prove that Becky says something about Sarah in the backyard, about Becky eating dog food or something crazy like that, right? But if you go on social media where you have a crowd, you can have one person on your account. Doesn't make a difference. The fact that you spoke it in social media and that video's up, and that video went from A to B, and other people saw that video, and it's posted on social media, you got a lawsuit coming. So it doesn't make a difference if you said it one time. The fact that you uploaded it and you put it on social media, or you did it live, you got a lawsuit coming. So it depends on how the person goes about it. If he takes you to civil court, then you're looking at roughly maybe, oh man, hold on for a minute. These early morning allergy attacks from time to time. Civil court, you're looking at $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 lawsuit. Then get a little more than that. Small claims is up to about 10 to 12 grand. Depends on your state on what you're going to get. Federal court, it ain't going to make it to federal court. It really has to be something really jacked up, like person's been doing it for years, stuff like that, in order to hit a federal court. Because, yeah, it wouldn't make it there at all, period. Unless you had some hardcore evidence. Like we have with these individuals, yeah, we take them to federal court. We have a lot of stuff on them. Emails, freaking messages, YouTube videos, all that stuff. Yeah, that can land in federal court easy. But other than that, most likely you're going to end up in small claims court. That's where you're going to end up at. Because it's easy. It's $100 processing fee. There's no attorneys involved. So you have to worry about an attorney and signing any papers, paying the extra money. And they walk you in there and just say, look, we got you on recording. You just have to prove that you weren't in the recording. It wasn't you. You didn't make the statement. You didn't do it on social media. But if you are and you're in there, yeah, you got $12,000. You got to pay it to somebody. So that's how fast it gets sued. So most people say, oh, they won't sue you because of the court cost fees and and for everything, you might not get any much money. No, they'll take you small claims because they're guaranteed to get 12 grand out of you. And keep in mind, you'll be paying, if you lose, you're going to pay for court costs, so they won't be paying it either at all, period. Let's get this done. So yeah, so be careful what you say out of your mouth because again, it can land you a lawsuit. And there's any lawyer will tell you, like, look, best thing to do is just take that to so and so and so. But anytime they throw you in the civil court or something like that, or if you end up in federal, it's because they're hitting you with a heavy amount of money. And those are the areas they got to go to get that kind of payload. That payload. So, yeah. Why you be careful about saying things. And you won't need anybody to testify or somebody go flaky on you and decide at the last minute that they don't want to testify or they don't want nothing to do with it, none of that, because they said it on social media. Social media is what we call self-snitching on yourself, right? Yeah. That's what happens there. A river that leads to emotion. That. So yeah, we gotta be careful about what you say. I can't express it enough, that we are in the digital age, people. We're in the Big Brother, beyond Big Brother stage. They were talking about Big Brothers back in the 80s. They were talking about Big Brother. We're way beyond that. We got a whole family reunion. So there you go. Easy large box. Out of 2 boxes. And then it'll slide right in here. Just like so. Kabam. That's it. Very easy to build. And where did my ideas come from? You know where my ideas come from. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Gives me the blueprints that fast, that quick. Like for a giant catapult, which we're going to build one day. Or a mini catapult. We're going to be building size of a little Volkswagen. I could swear I put a glue stick in there. I bet you it dropped out. It did drop out. It did drop out. Yes, it did. Is this falling over? I could have swore I saw this thing move. Feels like it's moving. It is moving. I'm going to have to buy me a stand with a much more heavy duty stand on it. And then we got a big boy glue gun we're picking up today. Now another set of people who are building cardboard furniture was people who first got their apartment. Get your apartment, you can't afford furniture at the time. And those people would result to cinder blocks and a couple of boards, make a nice bookcase, And you know, it's funny how people laughed at that. And now, today, that stuff is worth freaking money. Crates, remember crates? Finding crates here on campus, and you're using crates for your bed, you're using crates for bookcases, you're using crates for everything. Crates, 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 crates. Right? Got them for free, they were cheap. Most likely, sometimes, if they were using the back of a store and they're old crates and weren't doing anything, you know, it costs them money to dispose those things, get rid of them. So sometimes they just give them to you for free because, you know, you don't have to worry about the cost of getting rid of them when they're old like that. And you go to spray paint them up or decorate the way you want. And now you go to freaking IKEA and when they charge you $10 for like one crate. Something you used to get for free. People build furniture out of crates. I saw a video where a guy took on those great big huge wheels that they use for putting a lot of power cables on. And he cut this ring around the top, pulled that off, cut individual slices and turned those into chairs, flipped it over and sanded it down and turned that into a beautiful outdoor table. Patio furniture is super expensive. I know I spent like $1,500 for like a little L setup at the end of the day. And literally could have built that thing myself, not out of cardboard. Oh, which would have been pretty cool though. At the end of the day, I have it all made out of cardboard and weatherproof. That would have been kind of sick. This way. But yeah, I could have struck that whole thing out of wood because I built with wood too. So yes, I do have some carpentry skills. Compliment of Pop, because my dad actually worked with a lot of wood. The man could go in the woods and cut down a tree and build a house. Wish I had that kind of skill at the end of the day. But actually, I can build stuff like that. Technically, I am planning to build my structure. And I know how to insulate it. I know how to insulate the crap out of a building. Because I know I had to do it. And I was in a situation, this is why I love to be in situations where you do, if you don't, you freeze. And that's the situation I was in the garage. I love to be in situations like that where those instincts pop up and you learn more about yourself than you knew. I love that. I like that. That's what I like. For me, at the end of the day, some people are comfortable, just get a house, everything's all preset for you. They like that. That's them. Me, at the end of the day, slab of land, figure out how to work it. That's me. That's what I like. Brings out the best in you. You'd be surprised. Man was built with the instinct to learn how to survive. The problem is, all that's been slowly chipped away by basically having the comforts of life. Somebody should start it's another $1 million idea. Start a camp trip that has none of the comforts. And all you have to do is just call it no comforts. That's it. No comforts. It's a catchy word. No comforts. You walk in, all cell phones are taken from you because you don't need that at the end of the day. That's comfort. That's gone. You'll learn basically there's no bathroom out there. You'll figure it out. You will figure it out. You mind when you go camping, there's no bathroom, no plumbing out there. Where do you think you're going? And you better have to know, the difference between poison ivy and everything else. Because what you're behind poison ivy, it's going to be a rough couple months up there. Well, that's a couple months. That's extreme. I'd say about roughly 4 days. You can be side 4 days. You can go 4 days without food and survive. But you learn how to fish. Because you ain't got no bang bang sticks, so you're definitely out there shooting nothing, so you will learn how to fish. You never did it, you will learn. Fish will basically attack anything where there's food on it. When you're hooked, excuse me, it's not the problem of having the fish bite. The fish will bite the line regardless. The problem is finding where the fish are going to be at. That is the problem. You could throw a lure out there all day long. If it ain't anything out there to attack it, then you ain't getting anything. You got to figure out where the fish are going to be at. So, just going to have to pay a little, footwork, back and forth, a little lake bingo at the end of the day. So, I saw something I found interesting. This guy called Outdoor Boys was showing how they took the buck knife, took a stick, whittled it into a nice little sharp toothpick, found a couple of worms, poke it in that because fish can't resist a worm. and threw it out there on a piece of string and a branch. That's it. A branch, some string, nice little sharp toothpick, what they use for the they whittled down from a branch, and a worm caught around it. And guess what? Snagged it. A fish snagged it. Because they've been fishing on that, something like that kind of stuff forever. The pioneers were doing that. Before you had metal hooks and all that stuff, you had to figure out some way to catch fish. That's sure really good. And you can sit over there with a spear, because some people actually had that skill level. But anyway, so yeah, so you catch that fish, and you take that fish and you cut it up, because you can use that fish to catch bigger fish, bigger bait, bigger fish, more of a lure. You can build your own cages, lobster cages. You can build it out of wood. That's why I said that buck knife, that's your best friend at the end of the day. You can do so much. You can get shelter out of it, the whole 9 yards, everything. And I would carry a flintstone on me. I definitely would carry one of those. You should have one of your girls. You should always have a flintstone on you. I don't care if you live in the city, not flintstone, flintstone. But anyway, you should have one of those on you anyway, because again, like I said, it's an easy way to start a fire if you need one. Now, you should know how to build a rocket stove. You should know how to build a rocket stove out of a piece of wood. All that stuff. Can't be out there cooking on any slab or piece of stone. You have to have a certain type of stone to cook on. So yeah, it's a whole lot of cool stuff that you can do and learn how to build your own campfires and all that stuff and that cool stuff. Yeah. So you should know all that. Some people get out in the woods and they will completely freak out. Like, oh my goodness, I don't have a cell phone signal out here. You can't use a compass? Some people can't even read a regular road map. Like, they literally can't read a road map. When I was coming up, that's the only thing there was a road map. You went to the gas station, you got a map, you spread it on your car, you figure out where you was at. Got used to technology, that's the problem. Can't use a compass. Good luck. I had somebody say, I got a compass on my phone. Hey, that's not picking up out there. There's no signal out there. You're going to get nothing out there. Literally nothing. No signal at all. Learn to use a compass. Learn that in freaking Boy Scouts. I learned that before I got into Boy Scouts because my pop showed me how to use a compass. Also, too, how to read a map. Go to the gas station, pull out this map. I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. All the cool designs all over it. Listen up, boy. Gotta learn how to read one of these things. Come a time you might want to do a road trip. You don't know where you're going. You should know the lay of the land. It makes no sense for a man to live here all these years and he don't know the lay of the land. He was dead serious about that. Yeah, man's been here for a bit. How do you not know the lay of the land? You should know it. You know what berries to eat, what mushrooms not to touch, all that stuff. You should know all that stuff. Where to find water, you should know all that stuff from the door. How you get out here and you're the conqueror of the city, but you get out in the woods and you basically lose it all out there. Like, sheesh. People lose when they get up. They lose it all. Huh? Know the lay of the land. As he said before, in the city, you are not king. Out there, you are king, because you're against wilderness, hostile weather, the whole 9 yards. It's a guy that could go out there in the middle of the woods with a buck knife, and that's it. And he'll come back. He can survive out there with no problem. It's a survivalist. Marines. I got my first knife from him, and I got my first knife when I went to the Cub Scout. I went to Boy Scouts. I got a freaking the ultimate Swiss Army blade with all the little attachments on it. That was nothing to getting a freaking buck knife from my father. That thing was like a mini sword on my side. It was nice. Yeah, had to earn it to get it. You don't get one of those, you got to earn that. Got to either bag your first deer, and then you can get one. And they'll teach you how to skin it and everything. I know for some people, at the end of the day, like, oh my goodness, that is so barbaric. How can you? What do you think God put animals on the earth for? Certain animals are meant to be eaten. Not that one in the corner, that's a pet. Certain animals are meant to be eaten. They are. That's like when people sit there and say, I don't eat pig at the end of the day. Did you read the Bible where basically, I forgot, we were telling someone to wake up and eat And there was a pig there, and he said, I'm sorry, Lord, I don't eat swine, it's dirty. And the Lord said, don't call anything that I make unclean, because it's his. The man's going to say it's unclean. How are you going to call something unclean that God made? He said, don't do that. Don't you dare call anything that I make unclean. Yep. Yes. I had that conversation with one of my sisters, like, I don't eat pig. It's a dirty animal. So you're saying God's dirty? That's what you're saying? Oh, I'd never say that. But you just did say God's dirty. Who created the pig? Did the devil create the pig or did God create the pig? Oh, because the devil can't create anything. He can't. He literally can't create jack. But anyway, he doesn't have that skill level. God has that skill. That's why he makes him God. But anyway, I said, did the devil make it? She was like, well, no, the devil didn't make it. Well, who made it? She's like, well, God made it. Well, you're calling God dirty, aren't you? She said, well, let me think of it. There you go. Careful what you say out of your mouth. Like one guy that was showing, who was it? Something we saw on Facebook. It had something to do with Christians. Not all Christians. It was just this particular one that was doing something. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Definitely remember. It's a female pastor. First things first, this is going to ruffle some feathers, but it is what it is. Look, either you're going to accept the Bible for what it is, or just forget it. There's no in-betweens. There's no putting your 2 cents in it. You don't take anything from the Bible, don't add nothing to it. You are looking at damnation with that one. Accept it for what it is. And some women get highly upset when I say this, but it is what it is. Women can't be pastors. It's in the Bible. It's a man's role at the end of the day. You get mad about that all you want, but here's the thing. You get mad at me. I'm not the one at the end of the day that actually built all this. It would be God who built all this. So when the time comes, you can have that conversation with him and you will find out you were wrong. Men were meant to be the leaders of the church. Women's not made to be a pastor at all, period. And when they get upset with me, I said, okay, let me explain to them. Who was here first? Was woman here first or was man here first? Man was here first. God made man first. That's why your name is woman. That's why you have one less rib than us. You're made by man's rib. You're made by the primal dust, and you're made by the rib of man. That's where you're made. That's why your name is woman. Now, other than that, no, women were not meant to be preachers. And this woman calls herself being a pastor, but not only a pastor, she's a stripper. And she's a stripper, and she's also, too, doing other things she shouldn't be doing. So how in the world do we go up there and we strip and show our bodies off and do all these provocative dances, and yet you call yourself, this is awakening from God? See, this is how sneaky the devil is. The devil will get in there and tell you the most dumbest things on the face of the planet and have you traveling down that road. And then, like I said, not everybody's meant to be here forever. When your time comes and you're called off this earth, you got some answering to do. He's going to ask you, what did you do with my time when you was on the earth? I gave you life. What did you do with it? Oh, that's what you did with it. Okay, I never knew you. I don't know you. I'm sorry. But if he doesn't know you, guess who else knows you? Yeah, the other one. You don't want him knowing you at all, period. No, you do not. But anyway, yeah. So we're sitting up there looking at this fiasco nonsense of this woman talking about on Dr. Phil, how she's, this is a new evolution of God and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. And then you got lost sheep in the fold, too, because you have to be careful about that. It talks about followers, people who follow God, read your Bible, know your Bible. Do not believe in what man said. Don't you put your faith in man. And that's what people did. They put their faith in man. Oh, the preacher did this and the preacher did that, and he had a good servant. So you give him praise to the preacher. That praise don't go to him. That preacher would have sat there and said, no, 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 no. You are doing this wrong. Don't give it to me. Give it to God. I got nothing to do with it. I'm just a servant. I'm just here to preach the word. I would literally say that. But some of them get puffed up and get proud over that. I literally saw a church where the pastor and his wife were draped over the side of the church on this huge banner. Man, I'm telling you. You can literally smell the brimstone when you walk past that church. Because guess who else saw that church from around, walking around? The devil saw it too, so, an opening. Yeah, you allow those things to get in. But anyway, getting back to this preacher and this whole stripping nonsense she was doing. A guy at the bottom sat there and said, yeah, this is what you get. This is what all Christians are about. And I said at the bottom, be careful about judging Christians be careful about judging Christians in the same way you want it. The first way, if you're going to blame Christians, you can't blame all Christians. At the end of the day, you can't say that because you see a church doing something wrong that all Christians are this way, unless you be judged yourself. Because there are plenty of things that we do on this earth that we can easily be judged ourselves. It's like throwing rocks at a glass house when you live in a glass house yourself. So be careful about that. Because the same judgment you cast will be the same judgment your Heavenly Father will cast on you. And which is much stronger? His judgment or yours? So be careful what you judge, how you judge people. You know, if someone's out there and when I went to a church and I can clearly see the preacher wasn't what he was supposed to be. Now, you're supposed to give tithes when you're in church. And some people say, I'm not giving any tithes to church because at the end of the day, he's going to spend the money and it doesn't make a difference. You give your tithes to the church. And if that preacher goes and spends that money on the tithes that are not meant for the church or for something else, he's got to deal with that with God. That's between him and God. But if God tells you to give that money to the church, you give the money to the church. That's what you're doing. You're paying your tithes. But if that preacher takes that money and goes spend it, that's between him and God. I don't know how people do that. I would never understand that in a million years, how people steal from God. I would never understand that. They have no fear whatsoever. In fact, you're still breathing shows you God has mercy. Could you imagine if God was like us at the end of the day? There'd be people going left and right. There'd be people going left and right. Ships would be sinking. Things would be crashing out of the sky. Meteors would be crashing into the earth. Man, we'd be gone. We'd be wasted. Thank goodness that he's merciful. Even when you steal from him, he's merciful. Even when you deny him, he's merciful. Even when you do all those things, he is merciful. But I tell you something, God's mercy can run out. People don't realize that. His mercy can run out. That's why he built a hell. Let's put this right here. And yes, it's going to come up in the conversation in the box build. Yes, we're going to talk about Jesus. Why won't we talk about God? Why do we not talk about Jesus? We need to talk about Jesus. Jesus needs to be in every conversation. Every conversation. We only put God in the conversation when it's convenient for us. When you're flying on a plane and God forbid a wing pops off. Something happens in a catastrophe that that at the end of the day, the only person that can get you out of that situation is God. How? Why else would you be praying? If you didn't think God could get you out of that situation, why else would you be praying? That's the only time we call on him. No, Christians call on God every day. We just talk to him for the sake of just talking to him. Hey, Lord, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. We know he is, but how you doing? Just talking for the sake of just talking to him. And if we don't even need him, we still talk to him. Because he's our best friend at the end of the day. I don't talk to my friends anytime I want something. I talk to them every day because they're my friends. There you go. You build a relationship with Jesus. Yep. Man, if Jesus walked among us, we wouldn't be doing a lot of crazy stuff. Really wouldn't be. If he walked among us, but man, if I was best friends, I'm best friends with Jesus. If I was Jesus face to face, like, hey, Jesus, I want to go pet that furry tiger so badly. I don't know it's gonna kill me. Give me the ability to pet the tiger, please. Please, can I boop the nose? Can I boop the nose? I was just asking to boop big animals. Boop! Oh my goodness! Giant lion. I booped your nose. The lion like, oh, you're lucky. It booped your nose. It booped it. Boop, boop, boop. That's what I'll be doing. I'm booping tigers enough. You'd be dying to boop that nose. But they got them murder mittens. I go near them juggling. At the end of the day, I want to see what the moon looks like. Anywhere in the world, you can put me on the moon. So I can walk around up there because I want to see the earth from the other side. I'm asking for crazy favors like that. Can I go to the bottom of the ocean and walk around without dying? I thought stuff like that. I'm asking stuff like that. Because I'm just curious. I don't want any money. I'm not good at that. I'm good. I've never asked for money or gold. I don't want any of that stuff. I want stuff that I can't do ever. Like never ever. Literally just basically be able to walk on the moon or even walk on the sun. What's that like over there? I would even like to find that out. Stuff like that, help him with whatever he's doing on the earth. Like, hey, what are we doing today? Okay, we're doing this and that. Other. All right, let's do this. That kind of stuff. But I would never go, oh, give me millions of dollars. No, I don't want that. All right, let me see. So, are we going to make glue sticks? Oh, snap. I wish I had some glue sticks. And we did, people. Yeah, all those glue sticks. We bought tons and tons of glue sticks. I told my family if they buy me anything for my birthday, buy me glue sticks. And they're going to buy me. I want the big boys because I'm about to get me a big cannon a day. So we just got the base done, so we're good with that. I got to go out and get the big cannon. I'm getting the big glue gun today. The big glue gun. And we're going to replace that for that. Do something really cool with this thing. Definitely going to put some nice portables in here. And some smaller plexiglass screens in here. With some cool displays off of them. Yeah, we're going to definitely do a display. Window display off here. I'm freaking sick. So we're going to do something pretty cool with it. So let me get out of here. What time we got? Let me keep the time here. I'm so glad we had this time together. 8:40. 8:40. Woo! It's 8:40. Now, as I said before, the surface, if you can't paint this, when we paint this, it buckles. Same thing we did the screens over here, like this system right here. We could not paint the surface. We paint the surface, it buckles, it makes the surface uneven, makes it it makes it hard for the panel system to be locked in flat because the surface is buckling. So we leave it just the way it is, and then moves a little better. There we go. And then we add the panels. So the panels can be cut and manipulated, and we can put them on the sides and reinforce all of this. So panels here, panels on the side, everything. This thing's going to hold my projector. So that big heavy boy right there, it'll hold it with no problem whatsoever. We're going to structure it, make it nice and strong. That's what we're going to do. All right. If I start another company, if I decide to do another company and get a warehouse and all, I'm going to do one just strictly on projection screens, PC builds, and cardboard. Oh, and for those of you who don't watch, have not seen the videos, maybe coming up for the first time, you're probably thinking at the end of the day, like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, check out those babies over there. These are my own cases that I customize for my PCs over there. They're all made out of cardboard. All the cases are. Liquid cooling system, whole 9 yards, everything. Customized kill switch buttons, customized painted fan, all that. Pretty much an open rack PC design. Freaking love these cases. I'm definitely, man, I might build me another one. I'm thinking about building me another smaller case. Smaller case. If I do one, I got a button in my case, in my working phone I haven't used yet. And if I do it, I'm going to do one without the hard drive. I'm just going to use basically the M2 on it. That's it. But I'm going to liquid cool my M2. Yeah, remember we talked about the RetroPie setup? Yep, I'm going to liquid cool my M2 solid state drive. So yeah. Anything crazy? No, not really. Basic build, 3050. Power supply about 700 watts. Basic ITX motherboard. Which at this time, I'm going to get one with that 4.0. But I definitely want to put a little bit of I'm going to put a 3050 on it. But it's a type of 3050 I do want to add on to it. But I'm going to need a 4.0. Or I just might do basically an AMD graphic card instead. Which I'm definitely going to need a 4.0 and 5.0 on the PCI Express. Definitely going to need that. I'm pretty sure I can find a micro ITX with that on it with no problem. Because I haven't done an AMD graphic card in a while. I'm definitely going to do that. Let me see. Looking at it, if we do drop the cooler on the back, I probably, because I've done duals. I've done the 240s already. I do want to do a 360. I haven't done a 360 yet, so I definitely want to do a 360 setup. And keep it cheap. We're not going to spend a lot of money. Now, power supply should cost me roughly about $40. Motherboard, highest about $50. Sometimes I've gotten cheap for like $30 and so forth. $27, they run perfectly. Liquid cooling system, I get that for like $55 for a 360. No problem. And since we're not going to be using the regular SATA drive and just an M2 on it, which is the only thing that's going to cost me probably the most out of the whole unit, because even the CPU is going to be cheap. The CPU, I'm probably just going to go with an i7-4970, which is pretty much what I need. It's enough power to run and have what I want to do with it. So roughly, I can get that chip of basically CHIP. I'm not cursing. I can get that over on eBay used. Now, for some people saying, why would you buy the CPU used? CPU on these are used. You know how old the CPUs on these? I had these since I lived in Haventown. These are the old Dells I had, the ones I was gaming with. That's what the CPUs are on here. I had to swap everything because the Dell boards wouldn't accept the liquid cooling system. And we're definitely not plugging anything into the motherboard. We're overriding the motherboard. So we're basically going to be converting two of the Molex adapters to 4-pin to Molex. Because then I can run the liquid cooling system and override the motherboard and go directly into the power supply. Because it works much better. Because I want to use, I'm basically replacing my fans. I want these right here. These fans are actually much faster. But I want them in, what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. RGBs. But that's on an RGB converter. You can convert regular fans like that into RGBs. Which I might check that out too. But this thing is going to be small built. I mean, real small build. So chances are with the micro ATX, well, if I'm doing small build, then I'm going to do like a 120 single. But I definitely can put a 350 on the back of this thing. I can do it. Not 350. Sorry. 360. If you're going to do a small build is definitely not 360. You have to do a 120 single. If you do 120 single, oh yeah, I can get that on there. Because where that fan is at right there, that's 120 millimeter. That's exactly the same size as a liquid cooling system for 120 single. That'll fit right there. So that's easy. You have here, power supply here, motherboard here, liquid cooling system right there. That's it. That's the whole system right there. Because now, since you got the M2 solid states, that puts right there with no problem whatsoever. That's an easy, simple build. We wouldn't. The only reason why it has a back piece to it, because the back piece supports the liquid cooling system that we have on top, the radiator system. That's why we had to add a back piece to it to support that, because there's no other place to put it. And you have to have something with some kind where the airflow is going to push at. That's why we have a cube system supporting it to lift it up so airflow can travel at the bottom. But that being said, yeah, I can basically build that, and I can actually tuck it, build a area where we can tuck the system into the box. So half of that system is sitting in the box. As long as it's sitting on something, we can put a port through the back of it. We can put a port through the back of it. But now I want to put this thing flat against the wall. Then I don't want a port in the back of it. We're going to have to build an exhaust system on the side. So we're just going to have to cube it. Because I like the little cubes, are perfect. We'll have to cube it so it stands up. A majority of that system is going to be in there. Which means the inside of the box is going to have to be insulated in order to keep it nice and cool in there. So I want to get some of the insulated silver tape through the whole inside of the box. So when we drop that in there, it's nice and cool. It'll drop the temperature inside the box. And I can put it right on the wall. Connect it onto the wall. Or put it inside a bookcase. Gonna make a difference. I think we're gonna do that. That'd be freaking cool. If I got a power button, it's just sitting around doing nothing. We gotta do something with you. We gotta add power to it. Now what would I do for the theme for it? I'll Tron it. Paint that thing ultra black. Put a blue EL wire. Trace all through it. Tron the daylights out of it. That's what I'll do with it. Give it a Tron display. So that's what I'm going to do. We can build that today. As a matter of fact, we can build it just out of this. This right here alone can be a PC case. A PC case. Easy to do. Because we got it right there. Just a smaller unit, smaller than that. And that being said, I can connect it right to the wall. Bluetooth, everything on it. Everything. Because the only thing we're going to need on it is keyboard and mouse, controller, and headsets. That's it. That's all we need with it. Keyboard and mouse, wireless. Done. I got them over there. Headsets, wireless. Got them done. Even the Bluetooth for the Wi-Fi, you make the whole thing wireless. Stick it right on the wall. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that sucker right on the wall. Always wanted a PC on the wall. Might as well make one, right? Yes, we can make one. That's what we do. That's what we do. I think we do. Can we do wireless HMIs? I wonder if they do have wireless HMI signal. They do have a wireless signal. Or the Bluetooth. Or Bluetooth it to something. And that way it'll be all wireless. Everything will be wireless. All right. A project on top of a project. On a project on top of a project with a project on top of a project. You thought I was going to come in today and show up the big screen behind me, right? Yeah, man, we got so much stuff to do when we get up in the morning. It's insane, man. By the time we got down here, the Lord's instructed me, said, we're going to build this today. We're going to put that today. When I come here, I was looking at that. I was like, why the freak did I even buy that to begin with? So all this is going to be stripped down. I'm throwing this whole thing in the trash. But the only thing I'm not going to throw in the trash is the top part. Because I'm going to use that to design me an aluminum projection screen with the technology I got sitting on the desk right now designed for aluminum screens. So now we got another screen on top of another screen on top of another screen to show off the deck besides the build we're doing. And also, too, we're going to advance Taco's little cave over there. Cardboard cave. For those who are thinking, can't put a cat. Oh my goodness. Why do we not think? Why do we not entertain the imagination? Why don't we entertain it? I would like to take some of these people to an art museum or some jazz music, some real culture stuff. Just see how you allow the experience of the environment to enlighten your brain. Because again, you got to open up some of those doors at the end of the day. It's kind of like the equivalent of basically opening up a musty room. The windows are shut, the doors are shut, nothing has been changed in the environment for centuries. It's just the same thing. Day in and day out. It's just closed in. It's heated. It's got that awful smell, the musty smell to it. You gotta open up some of those windows. Add a fresh coat of paint in there. Maybe strip it down and redo it, rebuild it, design it. Do something new. Don't be afraid. That's where it comes from, people. People who criticize your work are afraid. That's what they are. They're afraid. They're afraid. They would rather hate. It's easier for them. But they're afraid. They're afraid to try, do things different. You know why? They're locked. And the reason why they're locked is because they're worried about what other people think. That's what really goes on. So never get bothered by anybody at the end of the day who may say something they don't like something you're doing, because they're not free at the end of the day. They wish they could do that. They wish they could take a chance and be out in the open and be daring. They wish. But they're too afraid because they worry about what other people think. And therefore, it's pretty sad because they become prisoners within their own body. And that's the worst. Some people live their entire lives like that. Sad and true. I had to break one of my exes out of that. Afraid to think what other people think. At a Congo line, I jumped right in that circle. Whether I knew how to Congo or not didn't make a difference. I'm having fun. I'm having fun at the end of the day. She's afraid. What are you doing? Other people are... Who freaking cares? They pay for them freaking airline tickets. They pay for me to be here. No. I'm going to go over there and have some fun. And that's what I did. I had to break her out of that nonsense. Stop worrying about what other people think. Let's spend your entire life trapped inside of a box. What would you rather be? You'd rather be trapped in a box, or you'd rather be outside the box looking at all this. You could be inside this dark little spot right here, looking at the same four corners up from here and here. So would you rather be at? Or would you rather just look at all the crazy stuff, things you can do, things you can see? Stop being trapped in boxes all day. Get out of the box. She can never understand why I was like that. Because, again, once you go through a system and all that other stuff and you lose things in life, you kind of value life a little bit more. And I've always been an open person. Go out there and just see what happens. You never know. You might figure out something new about yourself. You never know. Take an art class so you're not an artist. That's the reason why you're there, to learn art. If you were an artist, you didn't need to be there. You got people that are artists that go there to learn stuff every time they go in, because you always learn something new every time you come in. Nobody knows everything. That's virtually impossible. Any person that knows everything is God, and we're not God. So if you're afraid to take a class, you feel you're too old to go back to school, please. You know how much education that you can give those kids? They have no life experience. They have no idea what is waiting for them when they leave out the door, when they get ready to venture out. They have no idea. You have all that knowledge in there. Do you have any idea how much money you could literally make on teaching kids survival skills on the real world? Because your parents can teach you all you want. They can. They can prep you and get you ready. They can. But when you get out there, you figure, you end up, at the end of the day, you're like, gee whiz, it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. Whew. And some don't even have that at all. They don't have any training whatsoever. So the fact that you can come there and go, look, I got an education that you don't have yet. I got life. They have no idea what's waiting for them out there, but you do. And you can help them do that. Some don't even know how to balance a checkbook. Some don't even know how to cook. Don't know how to properly wash their clothes. Be throwing in freaking colors with freaking whites. And also wonder why the clothes come out looking pink and whatever dingy looking color comes out. I don't know how to use none of that stuff. Down there, cut coupons. This woman made a fortune. In school, she wanted to get her degree, and she's a coupon cutter. She's at the end of the day, and she taught the kids. She took them on a field trip and taught those boys and ladies how to shop for food, how to save money. See, you got something that you can't learn in school. You can't learn life in school. You got something you got to experience hand on. That's the only way you learn it. And that's what you got. You got a life skill. And at the end of the day, they're like, hey, you're too old to be here. And you look at it at the end of the day and say, yeah, you have no idea what's waiting for you when you get out there. And they don't. They're scared to death. People, when they graduate from college or whatever, they are scared to death because of the unknown. Because it's a whole different world. When you're in that college, you think you are living a part of life, but you're not getting real life experience. You don't understand exactly what's waiting for you. And that's why they come home like, oh my God, how the freak do you do this? How do you get up every day and go out that door every day? Like I just can't. You have to. You don't have a choice. What are you going to do? So yeah, you have life experience. Something you can teach them. And the first thing at the college, she got smart with me. I was like, well, here's the thing, kicker, buddy. I'm coming back to advance my skills. I've been through all that at the end of the day. I've been through what you're about to go through. And you have no idea what's out there waiting for you. And they know already from the door. I've met college. I had a college house right across from my building. They converted it into it. And the conversation I have with those college kids, they had no idea what was waiting for them. Some of them drink a lot. They drink a lot. I mean, a lot. They drink a lot. Not just to party in. They drink because they're scared to death. So what if you don't get a job in your career? When you went to school for all this money you put up, and you got to pay that money back. That money will haunt you for a very long time. Unless you get, majority of most people who go to school really don't get jobs actually in their profession. Some are overqualified because they got to pay you more. So if I got a guy who comes into a shop to work in a piece of machinery, right? All right. He's trained in the field, all right? I'm still going to pay him a good amount. But I got to pay you more because you got a freaking degree and blah, blah, and I got to train you on top of that. He's already trained to work those machines. Chances are he's going to get that job before you. I don't got to train him. He could train other workers for me. He could train you. So he's worth a lot of money. And the more machines he can operate in that unit, he's definitely worth a lot of money to me. So you fresh out of school, no, you don't have life skills yet. But I'm still going to have to hire you somewhere because that's the only way you're going to learn. But you're not starting where he's starting at. He's going to pay more than you because you got to learn the system. That's how it works. Even if you do have a degree in that field, you're not going to start off at top brass unless your daddy owns the company. At the end of the day, or you got somebody connection. Other than that, you might go to the mailroom with a degree. And you'll work your way up. So it's not going to be what you expected. And you realize that the money that you're making, it's not going to be enough to cover the money that you got to pay back for what you use to invest in yourself. Because student loan, you hear people complaining about student loans left and right. If everybody could pay a student loan off the minute and got the job that they wanted and made those whatever figures to pay it up, you would never hear anybody complain about a student loan ever. People always complain about student loan. Oh my goodness, you're kidding. Still paying off. Doctors will sit there and say, still paying off a student loan. You know, it's funny because you would think because you're a doctor, you make a lot of money, but everybody doesn't start off again getting that position. You got to earn that way to get up there. It's the only way you're getting up there to get that one. Or lawyers, got to make partner to get that kind of money. So you're going to start where everybody else starts. And that's the beginning. So, bottom line is, as this goes on, your student loan will start to accumulate interest. And yeah, it's going to get more and more pricey as you try to break it down and consolidate it into some payments or whatever, but it's still going to be there to haunt you. And then on top of that, it can damage your credit, which you're definitely going to need if you want to get a house or car or whatever, or apartment, whatever. That's going to be a problem right there. So you have to keep this thing well balanced and maintained, and you have to make a certain amount of money to actually live and pay bills and whatever God knows you want to do at the end of the day, and then basically pay off that nightmare that's sitting there waiting for you, just saying, hello, how you doing? I'm right here. Yeah. There you go. Welcome to the real world. It's not going to be get a job in my field, make a ton of money, pay off my student loan, get a house, drive a car. Not that. No. Very few people get that one. That's if you know Bob, you met a friend of yours, and he has a job in Microsoft, and he basically controls that whole entire floor. And he says, hey, buddy, when you get out, you're going to get a job working at Microsoft, and I'll get you at a top level entry job where you'll make good money. That's in movies, unless you know somebody. Other than that, you probably won't even work in your profession. I've met plenty of people in meatpacking plants and slaughterhouses, graveyards, all that stuff, digging graves and stuff, that people had degrees and just were not working the grade. Heck, I went to school for restaurant school. I went for cardio arts. I do this. At $23,000 at the time when I went to trade school for that. Yeah, I was able to pay that back. I got in a car accident. That's why how I paid it off. I got like 70 grand out of a car accident, and I used it to pay off the loan. That was around, and roughly at that particular time, way back, was about roughly about $27,000. So yeah, I paid it off. Other than that, no car accident. Yeah, I'd still probably be paying that thing off. And I got, the first time I see a doctor come in, he's talking about this, that, and the other, and like, you think he probably pays good money and stuff like that. He says, man, bills are crazy, man. Freaking still paying off a freaking student loan. I'll sit there and tell you. Now, you think at the end of the day, you think he would pay it off faster? Yeah, see, that's the thing about human behavior. The more money we make, the more we want. That's what happens. You get a job at a hospital, you know what I mean? You're actually making some serious money. And what do? You go out and you buy serious stuff, like a bigger house and better car and more expensive furniture and toys and all that stuff. So basically, you're not making more. You're just basically just adding more to what you've made. That's pretty much it. So there's no little extra in between here. Now, say if you basically were working this mediocre job, you got this job, you're working at a clinic and you're making some money, and your expenses are here or what you're making. So it's pretty even right there. But then you decide you get a bigger job that makes more money. We all do this anyway. And you get a bigger job that makes more money at the end of the day right here. But you don't stay with your expenses down here, which would make you extremely wealthy, because again, you make more money here, but you have average stuff here. So what people do is they upgrade their average stuff, so now it's right there. So now you're not making enough. You're making money, but not a lot, because the average stuff is in the way. So now you upgrade to another position, and instead of you keeping your average stuff here, which would leave you plenty of money up here, you upgrade to better stuff, and then boom, you're in the same position again. And you know who follows you from step to step? Student loan. Yep. So you're always going to be in the same boat, unless you get to a point where you get wise and you realize, I don't even need this stuff right here. What any other stuff for? Got to show people that I make money. What I need this for, I'm going to just leave this at the stuff I have now I'm happy with, and I'll continue to rise here, and I'll take this money up here, and I'll bank it, save it, invest it in whatever, and I'll leave this down here. And then later on, as you start to invest and make more money, and you get your money checked, you got it saved, you got more money because you're not buying all this stuff down here, you're paying off on that student loan a little bit more, you got a little more money in your pocket, credit's building up real nicely, and then as your investments pay off, then you can buy more stuff and more stuff and more stuff because you invested. We all do it. All of us do it. I'm not saying I did it myself. I get it increased. See what I did in houses. I literally did it. I rented one big house after the next. I literally did it myself. I had a house over it that I paid about $750. That's my rent was in that place. $750. That's all. Only thing I had to pay was it was all utilities except for electricity. So we had to pay for electricity. Everything that's it. Easy. Could pay that place off with no problem. Decided to myself, I want something bigger. because more money was coming in from the separate development. Let's get something bigger. I want to get the house up on Peach Street. Moved over there. Much bigger house, bigger backyard. Not backyard, but it was just a much bigger house. And that one cost me $950 a month. So I was renting that one out. That's when rent was good for a house, but not now. It's not as bad. But anyway, so it was $950 for that house I had with the giant screen, the 200-inch screen on the wall. Yeah, over there. So, all right, good. Everything's going well. Money's kicking in, making more than we were making before. I'm thinking, I only been there like 1 year. I moved a year from each house. I was like, let me get a bigger house. Move up to 69th Street now. Nicer neighborhood. The house we had was a little bit bigger. No. That house was actually, the house was bigger. We had a basement. We had the freaking one with the lights and all that stuff on the screen at the 235, the gourmet kitchen, all that stuff. Just didn't have the backyard with it. I'm thinking, all right, this is nice neighborhood, beautiful people, whole 9 yards. I could have been happy there. No, I sit there and go, I want a bigger house. Didn't make. Oh, I'm looking for one freaking glue stick. I had one glue stick for me to finish it. We don't. All right, I'm just gonna go get some more glue sticks anyway. But yeah, had that place. It was nice, gourmet kitchen. It didn't have a backyard. It had a nice front yard to it, which was still nice and all, But making a lot more money. So you know what? I got that big house up in Haventown. Got that place. And that place, the rent went from the other place I had over there was about $1,480. That's what I was paying over on 69th Street over down there, the other house. And then I moved it then. I got a house for $1,800. And I did that in a year's time. I wasn't even at some of those places for a year. The place I actually spent the longest one was the Blue House. I was there for 4 years. But the other place was a year apart. A year apart. So every year I rented a bigger spot. Did I need it? No. I rented it because I could, because I had the money. I could do it. Now, much more smarter this time around. I make more money than I made back then because I got better technology, more advanced. I'm actually dealing with companies and businesses and contracts. Think I'm doing that? No, you learn from your experience at the end of the day. Now I got me a nice little small little home front around. I'm not going to tell you where it's at because, again, stalkers. Got a nice little home front. I don't pay much there. About $700-800. That's basically a little small spot. I don't need all that room. When I was in Haventown, I was looking at the house. I'm like, what the freak did I? That's what it kicked in. I was like, what the freak did I get this place for? Yeah, I had a 6-car driveway. Like, literally, you can park 6 cars down there. Big backyard. Freaking come downstairs. It place opened up, man. I had a real cobblestone fireplace. Huge deck. My deck was huge, about 11 feet off the ground. Huge deck. You can go there, come downstairs. You've seen it. Walk through, go through the freaking kitchen. The kitchen was huge. Walk through the kitchen, go right out on the deck. That thing was huge. And I'm sitting looking around like, okay, I clearly went overboard on this one. I was paying $7,000 a month for that place, and utilities and all that stuff. And rent, it was costly. When I had floodlights in the front and the back, I even had when I walked out from my driveway, I had a little area right in there, a little area a little backyard with hedges around it. So that place was huge, and it was just 2 people in there. That's it. No pets, just 2 people in a place that big. Yeah. So yeah, that place was huge. So, yeah, I was like, man, I'm doing too much at the end of the day. I'm done. That's it. Too much. So then, the next place I got, a nice little hookup. I thought I was in the garage for a little bit. Then I left from there and got me a nice little hookup. I was going to convert the garage, but you get them haters at the end of the day when the carry on act up. But anyway, got a nice little place. Got it hooked up real nice. Cool with the landlord. Did some work over there on his place. He likes it. Did some work at his place. He likes it. Got a couple of my screens on his spot. And I got the office. Kept them separate because I learned this time around I used to allow people into my life and show them where I live at and show them the different houses and places I've been at, but we can't do that because we got weirdos on our channel who felt the need to stalk me and stalk my family. That's why when I see you in court, I'm gonna remember, cyber charges is almost, it's about, depending on how long you've been doing, you get 10 years for this. So like I said, these individuals involved, they're not going home. You are not going home. You're going to spend some time in jail. You're going to spend, we're going to get you a year. You're going to get some time, but you're going to jail for a while. All those phone numbers, all that email, that stuff got traced. We know where you're at. So again, as I said before, you're going to jail. Especially if you're tied to that guy, then you're definitely going to jail. Association, conspiracy charges. So yeah, you're definitely going to jail. But yeah, I learned that lesson from the door because I would have never thought. I mean, my buddy was like, "No, you're crazy, man. You're showing videos inside your house where you're at. You shouldn't do that, man. You're gonna get some weirdos at the end of the day, man. They're gonna be stalking you." I'm like, man, I don't think they like that, man. I'm trying to give them some credit because I know they do dumb stuff, but I didn't do anything that stupid at the end of the day, and they did stuff that stupid. So I said, okay, we're in the garage. That's the end of it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get me a nice little home front, and I'm keeping it separate. I'll work here in the office where I'm going to be at, and we'll keep those separate. And these jerks might send me messages like, oh, you're sleeping in your office and all the other nonsense in the day. Yeah, I know who you live at, so you know that. The gentleman was making those phone calls. I know where you work at. Heck, I even know where you go to church. I got a buddy of mine that basically do a background check on you. We found you. So I'm going to find you, get you in court, and I'm going to let you know something at the end of the day. You will no longer be sleeping in your home. You're going to be sleeping in a jail cell for a very long time. That is going to be your life from here on in. Because I'm going to get you for all types of stuff, man. Harassment, cyber threats, the whole 9 yards. So we know where he lives at. Good luck with all that. See you in court. And it's funny how people make those statements like that, and now this man's going to be living in a prison cell next to another person for quite some time. And again, like I said, cyber charges, if you get caught on these things, we're talking about 5 to 10 years in jail. And some people can't even take the first 5 minutes in jail without losing their minds. They go through that whole breakdown period of crying and screaming. Don't do any of that while you're in there. Take it like a man. I'm just saying, but imagine that. Their freedom is gone. Gone. And you don't want to know what prison food is like, because it's awful. I only had it one time, and that was enough for me to go, I am not eating this for the next 10 years. Imagine saying that out of your mouth. 10 years, that's what I was supposed to do. That's what I got. But anyway, for the next 10 years, I was calling my people like, yo, I can't do this, man. I can't eat. Oh, we got you. We already opened the door. Can't eat that stuff up there. Yeah, they was putting like $300-$400 on my books. That stuff was garbage. Ew. You got no choice sometimes. Oh, man, the freaking... You ever had freaking, I'll never forget this as long as I live. What are they called? Them liquid eggs. Gee whiz Louise, man. I forgot the powdered eggs. Never forgot those things as long as I lived. That's the first thing I saw when I opened up my trays was those freaking powdered eggs. Gee whiz Louise. Oh my, that's so disgusting on so many levels. Yeah, man, you could drink those things. Oh my goodness, man. And then the steam, and they cook them with the steam, and you pop them lids, and you can smell that steam of all the foods all blended together. Yeah, I call my people, like, look, man, I can't eat this, man. I can't do this. I got to be up here for 10 freaking years. Yeah, I got to do something about this. And they said, no, we got you already. We got you already. We're sending it up right now. I looked at my books. I had freaking like maybe I had about $800 on my books from the start. Yeah, my people hooked me up. Yep, and then it was coming up and it was bringing me care packages and all that stuff and all that, stuff like that. So, some people, they got that and some people don't. You got people don't have that. So, they got to deal with whatever. Hey, what is this? What is this? Do you know what this is? Can you tell me what it is? Is it a C? Is it a U? What is it? What is it? I will show you what it is. Okay. Yep. That leads to emotion. Remember that song back in the day? Something shocked. Back in the day. You remember that song? It's a projector stand. So you can point things at the ceiling and put stars on the ceiling. It's funny. It's weird how shipping boxes fit everything so perfectly. You can literally measure with these things. It fit perfectly. Now, if you're worrying about the heat comes out from the side over here. It blows out this way. the peripherals are on the side. That's why the projectors for the Christies are perfect for doing portrait, because those projectors have a flat bottom, and they also, too, on top of that, have the handles on the bottom, which you can carry around, but the exhaust systems in the front, which make them fantastic for portrait setups. But in order to do that, you have to run it on a PC. But yeah, that's what I built. This is going to be when we project off the ceiling. Because I found a short, though, version of one of these. That's why I built it. Paco's like, it's cardboard. It's cardboard every place. All right, so we have to go get our glue gun. Because I was just right now, if you're thinking at the end of the day, I'm just talking for the sake of just talking and wasting time. I'm not actually wasting time. I am waiting for the time to get to 9 o'clock so I can go to the store and pick up what I need to come back to finish this. That's what I'm waiting for. So while I'm having this conversation with you, we're talking about the Lord and everything else, at the end of the day, we're not just wasting time. I'm waiting for it to hit 9 o'clock so I can go pick up my glue gun and everything I need to get this thing finished and started. And I got to pick up some more boxes. And on top of that, I need to take apart, we're not taking apart that, but that box that sits, that's just, I don't like it. It's just bothering me. I got to change it. Right there, right top, or you got to change it. I got my people separated. Yeah. Man, it's funny how you can remember stuff when you was a kid. Like, you know, a company would come over and you would show off and do the dumbest stuff. What you thought at the end of the day looked absolutely amazing, but it just looked like you were just a complete idiot doing something stupid. And yet, you know, at that particular time you thought you were doing something really crazy, like really cool, you know what I mean? Like a cartwheel or something like that. But you know what, in that look, you know, your mom would give you that look like you knew you were going to get jacked up. That's the worst thing in the world. I'd rather get it there and done in front of witnesses at the end of the day than wait till you go home. I used to hate that line. Wait till you get home. You knew you was getting messed up. Yep. Just do it here. Do it here or just witness it. Oh man, that's the worst in the world, man. I don't know how you guys grew up, but I grew up in the era of pick a switch. You don't know jack. When I talk, well, you probably do know jack. It's pretty sure. And like I look at my age, I keep forgetting at the end. I'm used to talking to Z's all day. That's what I'm used to talking to. Like I have a whole bunch of my family. I come from a family of 10, okay? And we have some of our brothers and sisters have had like maybe 5, 7, 8 kids. We have a big family. A big family, all right? Told you, about our families mix. We got everything in our family. So we got a big family. So I'm used to talking to Z's. And the conversation to have with them is about punishment. Like I'll start topics. Like today's topic is punishments. So we all sit around the table, have a conversation with my little Z's at the end of the day. How are you guys punished? Now, I know that some of my brothers and sisters have gotten soft. But some of them are not the same way my mother and father were, which are really strict. Certain rules and things you have to do, or consequences will be struck of. And then some of them do the whole timeout. I don't know. at the end of the day. I'm real tough on them at the end of the day. They got to learn one way or another. But anyway, so mostly restrictions, getting things taken away, stuff like that. I literally had a brother who literally, his two sons had amazing gaming rooms, and he wired a kill switch in. So he can go outside, open up a key, go in and knock out the power and kill their electronics. Because everything was just hooked up to the electronics, and the way he had everything designed in it, it was pretty cool. But he had it designed. But he was a technical junkie himself. He would kill their equipment. He flatlined it, and they couldn't run jack in there at all, period. And the only way they can get that kill switch to operate, they had to bring in good grades. That's the only way they'd earn the right to have that kill switch on. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, instead of you moving out all the furniture, he said, man, I got to a point where every time they did something wrong, I got to move all this stuff out. And they got to go to the room. It's a room. You know what I mean? How am I going to control that? He said, so I'll put a kill switch in. Yep. And no, you will not be plugging jack in. Because he's got the lock covers and all that stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool to watch. Just watching, poof, everything went out. Kill switch. But yeah, but I got ones in my family that are super strict. I got one where they're not allowed to have sugar. Yeah, doesn't go well. You know, you deprive your kids of sugar, you know what's going to happen, right? When they finally get their hands on sugar and you can't control them, they're going to have addictions on their hands because they're deprived. They're not used to having it. That's usually what happens when you have, I have friends of mine that came over here from overseas. And the thing about America, which makes it so interesting, you can get as much as you want, whenever you want, and if you have the access to get it. You can get all you want. There's like no reason, just buy whatever freak you want. That's it. So if you want to eat fast food all freaking day long, you have that option to do that. You gotta know how to modernize everything. If not, this our stuff over here will kill you. Definitely. So usually when I have my foreign friends at the end of the day, they'll have a particular favorite American food that they will constantly eat all day. One of my friends, one of my buddies, his name was Wimpy. He got the name Wimpy because he ate a hamburger every single day. Do you have any idea what happens to your arteries if you eat a hamburger every day? It doesn't go well at all, period. But anyway, that's the situation he was in. He had an addiction to hamburger. And I said, let me guess. First thing you had when you came over here was a hamburger. So he had McDonald's. Now, you have to understand yourself, but they got McDonald's and stuff everywhere. Yeah, but the difference between the fast food restaurants we have over here, they're abundant. We have so many versions of fast. You can go to Sonic. You can go to freaking so many places to get any place. You don't have to go to a name brand, no corner mom pops, whatever. There's just so much of it. But over there, they don't have a lot of that over there. And then I remember basically this is way back when the City Hall was talking about somebody waited for a hamburger, cheeseburger, hamburger and fries in Russia for like something like 8-9 hours because of the lines. And here we are, we snap out, we don't get something in 5 minutes. We have a lot. So you know you gotta be careful because you can get a lot of it, and a lot of people get into drinking stuff in certain countries you can't do. Like I know for a fact, a buddy of mine, I was watching him, and he would basically, the way he would light a cigarette, he would always light them up inside. I said, you know, you can't do that. He said, yeah, but I can't smoke outside. I said, dude, you're not in Korea anymore. You're here in the United States. You can smoke whatever the freak you want now. Yeah, they can't smoke out in the open like that. No, they cannot. Certain rules and regulations. You go to Dubai, countries like that, you can't wear certain clothes. You want to go out there wearing your skimpy shorts and all that stuff, you can't go out there wearing that stuff. You're going to be fully covered out there. You can't do that stuff. You can't go up and look, and you think I'm joking. Take the time and look at rules and restrictions that they have in countries that you can't do. And you'd be surprised. You can't be out there showing, because one time we were supposed to be going to Dubai, and basically we didn't get a chance to go, but we were supposed to be going to Dubai, and there's stuff you can't do in there, holding hands. There's some things that got. Don't make sure I look at all this before I make these statements, but there's a lot of interesting things you can't do out in public. So, same thing like I said up here. Go buck wild up here. Food, you can get as much as you want. And people get upset when they say this, but yeah, it's true. We are the heaviest country. We are literally the heaviest country. We have so much of it. You ever seen some of that stuff they see on freaking Facebook? And some of the stuff is AI, I know that for a fact. But I've seen, you ever been to the Heart Attack Grill? You ever been there before in Las Vegas? I have. I've been there. That place is freaking unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me. Like, we have so much portions of so much stuff that you can have. Yeah, we are the heaviest country. We are the heaviest country. And people get mad about this. Oh, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you are. You know? We're the heaviest country. You can get so much of it. We can get as much as we want down here. You can get whatever you want. You know what I mean? And our portions are huge. We have huge portions. You got a fast food restaurant and get, double size, super size, supreme size. We're gonna do a bucket. Look at KFC. You can literally buy enough food to feed an entire family. They got that mega box for like $20. You get like something like freaking like 20 chicken wings on something. One more time, I went to Dave and Buster's and I got an appetizer, right? An appetizer came there. That wasn't even an appetizer. That was an appetizer. It had freaking mini hot dogs on it, nachos. It had all this stuff. There was literally enough food for that to make a meal. I didn't even eat half of that. And that's what my ex hated about our relationship, is the fact that every time we go to eat, I get doggy bags. Because I don't eat for the sake of just eating. I had to train myself to do that. I had to eat if I'm hungry. Once I'm full, I cut it off. I'm done. And some people just keep eating because the food's good. Guess what comes with that? So yeah, she used to get mad at me because the Korean I dated, she liked it because she liked self-control. They like discipline, self-control. That's what they like. And she watched me eat, and I just stopped. I said, "Get a doggy bag, please." And she's like, "You're not gonna finish it?" I was like, "No, I'm done. I only eat to basically satisfy my hunger, and that's it." And they like that kind of stuff. They like that discipline and control. But man, that one got upset with me. She's like, "Oh, you're making me look bad. How am I making you look bad? You don't want shoving food in your mouth at the end of the day. That's not me. Once I eat, I'm full. That's the end of it." How do you think I lost my weight? I had to literally teach myself to tell myself, no, you cannot have this. You cannot have that. I literally be in the supermarket talking to myself like, you can't have that, right? Nope, can't have that today. It's not going to happen. Get something else. Can't have that either. Get something else. And people get mad at me and tell me, "Oh, you're calling somebody fat at the end of the day." What else are we going to call it? Skinny? Don't get mad at me at the end of the day. I could never understand that. I was overweight. I was 200 and something pounds. I have never once got on camera and blamed anybody else for my situation. Nobody. Ever. Look at you over there rubbing your furry face. You rubbing your furry face on something. What are you doing with that furry face? You on camera, you cute little monster. You look at him over there, you cute little monster. Ho, 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 ho. He doesn't even know the camera's on him. He's unaware. Hey, Taco. Hey, Taco. Look at rubbing his face. Taco. And you're slowly going to peek your head out there, aren't you? Taco. Taco Count 2.0. Like, why? Look at it. Cats just gave you that look like, this is what I live with. This is what I deal with every day. They're just frustrated with it 24/7. Well, mine's different. Some people have cats, and I don't understand how they cuddle with y'all. Cuddle with them, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You'll cuddle. He don't do that. He's self-independent. When he wants affection, he'll come over to you, and he'll just look at you. That's it. You pet him, he walks away from you. He's one of them cats, so you got one cat you can hug, and another one to pull a switchblade. He'll pull a switchblade on you in a hot second. He's in his own little world. That's it. Hey, Taco. Rawr. Oh, he came off camera for a minute. Oh, there he goes. There's a giant stretch. Yes. Now, can I come over and pet him in his belly? Chances are, probably not. I'm doing stuff over here, man. Taco. Rawr. Can I pet you? Can I be your friend forever? See? Told you. Yeah, he's a biter. He is definitely a biter. Yep. See, you want to bite me? Look, slowly bite. I told you. Yes, I love him. He's such an aggressive monster. I'd rather have him that way. He is an aggressor. That's what I like about him. He bites me. I love him. You got to be careful sometimes. One time I had my oboe over the side of the chair. He just got up and bit it and walked away. The aggressive monster. They call it aggressive petting. Oh, are you doing the upside down furry face? Duckle. Upside down furry face. Upside down furry face. So he turns over. Oh, there we go. Upside down furry face. Woohoo! Look at you showing off on camera. How dare you? How dare you? Do you have any self-shame? He doesn't have any pride. Have any pride, Taco? You rascal. Yeah. He bites me. Does it bother me? No, he doesn't bite me hard. He just basically, that's what he does. But, yeah. He's different. He's definitely different. He's one of those cats where he will not cut with you, not sit down, none of that. No. He'll sit here, and that's it. If you walk over there, he moves. That's just how he is. Yep. I like him that way. Because he's not up under my feet all the time. Now, sometimes he goes here because he tries to get on camera. He likes to be on camera all the time. So he does go in different areas, like sit probably in the area where I'm working at. But then rubbing up against your feet as you're trying to walk, he'll never do anything like that at all, period. Nope. It's like human affection. Affection, human. Yeah, no. No. He can boop his nose, he won't bite you, but other than that, he'll jack you up. Human affection. Affection now, human affection. Alright, we're going to get out of here. We just killed the time. We're good. Come back here with heavy glue gun. Finish this thing off and be done. Because we're out. And I had to kill that one off. So let me see. Uh-oh. Human affection. Affection, human. So, we're going to build him. We're going to get rid of that. That over there. That's his original carrier unit. We're going to get rid of that. That's going to go. And we're going to build him a luxury box system. Since he likes boxes anyway, a luxury box system. We're definitely going to be cutting these out and putting micro mesh on each side and putting in a fan system for him in there. Because he likes the fan. And there's going to be covers on it so that way he can't jack himself up. He don't touch them anyway. He never goes near the fans. But we're going to put a nice fan system. I'll use my Molex system, which I'm using over there, to power that out without basically using a motherboard. We can run its fans in there. Yeah, I'm going to hook you up, Taco. Probably put a screen in there too for you. I'm hoping the screen's in for the projector behind the back of it. So you can watch your birds in there. Oh, we could do that too. Oh, that'd be hot. Okie doke. Now, are they sturdy? Yeah, they're sturdy. Actually, that's all cardboard. That's a cardboard bookcase I built over there. Got all kinds of stuff stacked on top of that thing. It's holding quite well. It's got all my cases and computer parts in there. It's holding up quite well. So yeah, pretty sturdy. So, yep. Some college kid somewhere was like, hey, that's a fantastic idea. That'll save me some money, because that's the one thing you're trying to do when you're in college, is save money. Everything's so freaking expensive. It's even hard for college kids to even eat. That's why they come home, because it's hard for them to eat. It's expensive. I never thought the day would come that I'll sit there and spend $7 for a bag of Doritos. Like a big bag of Doritos. $7. $20 won't last for Jack. It don't. I'll blow $20 from pretty much all day. 18 machine, $20 gone. 20, gone. It don't last long. It's gone. Gee whiz, man. I remember you go to the store with freaking like $5. And that was a lot back then. $5 was a lot. I was watching some movie, and the guy he was going somewhere. He was going to California for something. And I guess the people in the town were wishing him good luck and all. And the guy left him $30. The dude was like, man, $30. Back then, at that particular time, $30 went a long way. $30 a day don't go nowhere. Nope. Doesn't go nowhere. All right, let me see what we need. We got everything else good. So we just gotta leave everything junky the way it is. And we gotta go stack the boxes at least, bird. There we go. There we go. got these boxes. I'm gonna get in here and show off some of my screen, but I'm gonna get that projector put up first because I need that projector to be a little higher up, and that's why we're building this system right here to put that projector higher up. But then I got around to thinking like I could build me a cheap stand, or I can build me a really cool stand. And then on top of that, the top part of that thing right there, we're gonna take that thing apart, toss it in the trash, but we're keeping the top part because I'm gonna convert that into an aluminum screen, which you're gonna show off also too. And then we got some lens shifting to do in here to show you how to do that. We're going to do that with the projector since that'll be higher up. I'm going to show you some lens shifting. And then we got some submersive demonstrations to do today. We're going to submerge some trains underwater. We got to get a tank for that. And then we're going to build another PC case. A micro case. Micro case with no hard drive. Only the M2 hard drive. And we're going to use 120 millimeter single build. And this PC won't be on the desk. It'll be on the wall. Energy, you gotta be entertained. Are you not entertained? That's the reason when people say, oh, they said it to me one time. They said, oh, your life must be so boring. Really? My life's boring? Seriously? We don't do crazy stuff like every day? Gee whiz, Louise. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Always building something crazy. I don't know how we could ever be bored. Taco, how can we be bored? We're eating today too on time. We gotta keep it light because last time I jacked myself up yesterday. Well, the Dominican food is amazing. It's always amazing. But try to eat lighter. A workout. I'm increasing my workout so I can basically, I want to tone a little bit more. So I'm increasing my workout. So now it's the time to start watching what we eat. So I'm going to go to the supermarket and get myself some watermelon, grapes, and cut down on all the juice, the soda that's going, get rid of that, and go back and drinking water. I like the flavor waters, not the ones that got the kind of acid taste. So, I can't stand those things. But I'll mostly, if I don't want to spend the money for flavor water, I just go and get myself a 5-gallon and go and get a little, to like drink over and over again. Mostly get them little tiny sugary drinks and just put a little bit in. So the water has a little bit of flavor, but it's not basically changed over to the drink. And I'll drink that. And lay a lot of water, definitely water, because water basically drops really quick. But yeah, I want to look even more. I want to actually lift more. I got a power bar coming in so I can build my chest up a little bit more and my arms and stuff. Because summertime's coming up. It's t-shirt weather, people. T-shirt, I love summertime. Tell me you don't like the t-shirt weather. Well, you got plenty of time. You can leave it at that. Excuses will get you nowhere. Can't get mad about that. It's true. Excuses will get you nowhere. You can lose weight just like everybody else. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It's just that discipline part. It's hard. I'm not going to say it easy because it's not easy. It is freaking hard because I did it and it was very hard. And you remember I was sitting there climbing all those hills all over Allentown? It was more than just a daily walk and talk. It was also, too, to build my breathing better, my lungs better, all that stuff, my legs, all that stuff. That's why I was doing all that walking around. In between that, lifting weights, chin-up bar, all that stuff, on that really strict lemon diet. Ooh, man, but it did work. It took off a lot of the weight to lose my waist. That's good. When the summertime comes out there and you want that beach body, or you know what I mean, you have to have like a perfect 10 body just lose some of the weight at the end of the day. More likely you should be doing it at the end of the day because you want to live a little longer, you know? Is that right, Taco? Look at Taco. Taco's got this built for the summer. And you get all his poofy fur is leaving. It's poofy fur. He's getting ready for a summer body, ain't that right? We got the bag carrier coming in. It's all it lights up. We got the bag. It says his name Taco across the customized bag I got for him. Got the bag coming in. Give you a little hookup. Look at this is over just being that secure can't stand. This is driving me crazy. Yeah. Taco. 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 Look at you. You're so adorable. Can you be the Lord brought me him in my life? That is absolutely amazing. Prayed for anything. A cat, dog, whatever. And here comes Taco. Walk right on in. Now they said they choose you. I got chosen. He chose me. He don't like people at the end of the day. For some reason, he clicked with me. And that little monster's been with me ever since. Yes, sirree. Lord brought him to me. That's my blessing bundle over there, my fur baby. Look at you, extra bushy all the time. I can't stand it. I gotta give you kisses, you little monster. Gotta take my hoodie off because he gets fur all over me. A little fur monster. How dare you look so cute? How dare you? If you don't talk to your cats, there's something wrong with you. Come here, you little monster. Don't run from me. How dare you? And that's funny because when I pick him up, he won't scratch me or bite me or anything like that. Got paid. Can get kiss taxes. Oh, you smell like cookies. Why do you smell like cookies? Mm-hmm. So many gizzards, so little time. Want something extra today? A little bit of strawberry milk? Yeah, sure, milk, don't you? I'll get you some milk. Love ya. Little fatty boy. Ha! Yeah. You crazy cat, you. Go out there and run. Run, be free. Yes. You don't pick up, you don't smell your cat like, oh, it smells like biscuits. Yes, he's always making biscuits, that's why. Ooh, that'd be awesome too. We put the whole section, I'm gonna put a biscuit section in it before you can make your biscuits. What do you think about that? Oh crap. Oh, he's not cleaning himself. Do not clean yourself on camera. No one needs to see your kibbles and bits. He's cleaning himself, okay, good. I think I've seen him pull up a fur ball, like maybe once in a blue moon. One time I thought he was choking to death. I was about to give him CPR. You shouldn't do CPR on your animals, by the way. Taco. Taco. We got some cool stuff to do, Taco. Oh, man, I can't wait this summer. He's going to be on site because he's an emotional support animal. Got a little certificate for him. So he's definitely going to be on site with me most of the time. And I'm going to have my Crocs. I can't wait to get my Crocs. I'm excited about these Crocs. I really am. Never had a pair, ever. And every time I ask, like, are they comfortable? They're comfortable. But I want the customized made. I'm going to get some customized Crocs. Get my Crocs, get my little JBL speaker. Oh my goodness, I'm turning into an Allen Towner. Because Allen Towner's up here. They had little JBL speakers on them. They're so chill, man. And they got little Crocs on. They got there walking around, chilling with their cats and their backpacks and all that. I am turned into an Allen Towner. Awesome. I'm going to get a little JBL. Now, my music is different. I listen to Frank Sinatra. That's me. I like the old school stuff. So, yeah, that's my thing. Frank Sinatra, Fred Astaire, stuff like that. Ain't that right? Bobby Darin. We listen to all that. That's what we like. Old school. Old school. And classical music. I love classical music. So you hear dun 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 dun. That'd be me. I like classical music. Alright, we got to really get this done. I enjoy talking to you people on camera. You sit there and say, why is it taking so long? Because I do like talking to you. Don't believe it or not, I do. There's no ones that don't like me. Uh-oh, working out. Got the zoomies working out. Get the zoomies around. The mothership just called them up like zoomies. In the home front, we're building him a zoomie charging station. So this particular box, he goes and he gets all wild up in there. So I got lights on the side called zoomie charging station. You just take a poof, it takes off on this thing out of this box. The zooming charging station. Let me see what we got going on here. Let's see. Temperature today. Sheesh. Yeah, I think groundhog was wrong. It's 52 today. It's colder coming in. It's actually hotter coming out. We got experimental. Oh, I forgot about that. We got stuff coming in today on top of all of this. We got stuff coming in today. We got 2 experimental surfaces that I want to try with AdTech. This stuff works. Man, this is going to make my job so much easier. It's going to make it so much easier if this actually does work. I mean, the coding process for a black screen is going to be cut down by a lot. Because you have to understand, when you're doing a coating of black screen that's front and rear, and you're doing it on a surface that's transparent like a clear piece of plexiglass, it takes some time to turn that actual black. And it has to be an even coat. It can't be little, all that stuff will show up on the opposite side. So it takes some time. So I was looking at black transparent plexiglass. It's not cheap. It's very expensive, but it's going to be required. It's something we have to have. The time to do it, it cuts down by a lot. So that means that we can make an activator like we do with the metal that allows us to convert metal into high performance screens. Now, for those already at the door, we already know what you're thinking before you think it. We did it already with the metal screens. We have it documented. So basically, I did a black piece of metal and coated it with that formula, and we were able to pull a much higher white level. Took a 50 lumen projector, dropped it to the floor, put that surface right against this metal surface right here, and you can see the massive difference between the two. But this one can actually generate a very high white level, and that one couldn't read it. Because again, I can't explain enough, just because it's black doesn't mean it reads white light. It has to be something there to allow it to be able to read this white light. And if you're able to do that, mind you, you're going to have to do this test on multiple types of projectors to make sure it's working, multiple environments. So this is going to take a lot of time, a lot of testing, which some people don't want to do because they're corner cutters. The corner cutters will never learn this kind of technology because this technology takes time. You have to do the research. See all that research they're doing, that invisible technology, spending money for all this stuff that we need, different types of projectors and environment. Yeah, you have to spend the money. We're going to cut quarters on this stuff. So again, finding a surface, like I spent thousands of dollars looking for a surface that laid flat. Because every time I buy a piece of plexiglass, we go to roll it out, it would curve on the end. You can't have that little curve that pulls up. If that pulls up, what happens is when the customer tries to lay it flat to the wall, that curve is going to transfer somewhere in the screen, maybe in the middle, maybe on the far end, but it's going to make it virtually impossible for a screen or projector to fire off on the screen because you're going to have this curve in the middle of it or this bump or bubble that's going to pop up. So it has to lay perfectly flat. I went through so many different versions of plexiglass, and it has to be a certain size, a certain thickness. It has to be thin. It has to be rolled up. The faster we can roll this up into a tighter tube, the cheaper it is to ship it. All that stuff plays a part. Just not mixing paints together. It's a physical part of basically trying to figure out what to coat it to if you're going to make it physical, which makes it a lot more interesting. And if we're doing fabric, guess where I'm at? I'm at the laundromat. Washing that fabric and drying it. Washing, drying it, freezing them into blocks of ice. All kinds of crazy stuff. I need to see what's going to happen. Is this thing going to rip? Is it going to tear? It's going to deteriorate? What kind of problems do you want to get out of this? Motorized projection screens. I painted dozens of those. I had a screen to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Just sitting there pressing the thing over and over and over again. Inside and outside. In the cold, inside, outside. Inside, outside. I've done dozens of those demonstrations because we had to see exactly how long would it take for this stuff to crack or peel. Maybe it might get moist. And I hate to say that word, but it maybe gets moist, you know what I mean? Screen may be curing. It can glue while it's in there and not come out at all, period, and damage your motor. So we need to know all this stuff. So that's the problem that people have when they call themselves saying we can do the same thing. What you do on camera don't mean jack. You're going to have to still go through tons of testing. Being in the dark, which I find it kind of funny when people claim they have our stuff, but they're in the dark doing demonstrations where we're in fully lit environments, which speaks, by the way, I got to go pick up another lamp. Our stuff, again, if you're saying you got my stuff, there's no way in the world you should be in a dark environment like that. We would never be in there. Go max up the environment, put more light in there. And they can't do that because they're doing a comparison against their stuff, which is designed to be in the dark. They can't be in the same environment with us because it won't pick up. But anyway, yeah. We got that coming in today. We got color plexiglass coming through. We got a coating for that because I need that for the gamers. I want the gamers' outside screen to be different colors. So we got to run a LED system through there. And that's the reason why we sat there and ran all these LED lights through this transparent screen, because what screen basically fade out faster than a transparent screen with tons of LED lights sitting on top of it to give us an idea. If a storefront has LED lights on the inside, they have on the outside, can we answer that question? I can't go, well, it'll work, and I don't know. How would you rather have it? Put it this way. Go to the doctors. Doctors are the checkup on you. Would you rather have him know what he's talking about or have him not know what he's talking about and just wing it? I think we'd rather have nobody knows what we're talking about, right? You know your body, you want to know, right? All right then. Contractor comes there, do some very serious work, like put in a gas line, something crazy, right? Would you rather have him know what he's talking about or just wing it? There you go. Same thing goes with this stuff. Because I'm telling you, and I've worked with companies, and I work with a company where they built everything from the ground up. The smokehouse. I watch them when they put that place together. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. The people they have with that facility know what they're doing. Because if not, this is going to cost him money at the end of the day. It's going to mess with his investment. So again, they have to have people in there that know what they're talking about. And I am late. So I got to go and get this taken care of, get what I need, get back in. And so I can basically finish what I got to finish. Taco, you just keep being you, Taco. You just keep being you. You just keep being you. I gotta go out and I gotta grab this bigger glue gun because when we got a hobby gun, it's not gonna work anymore. It's just, whew, you gotta zoom these now. I got everything set up for you in here, so you're good to get the lights on here. Excuse me, Jerry. 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 Woo, Jerry. Woo, Jerry. And we'll come back and finish building this, get this done, get this area cleaned up because it's quite a mess in here. Hope you people enjoyed what we did here today. We'll get more done. I don't have the glue gun here to finish it off. So we'll get it done and yeah, all that. Because I got a lot on my plate today. I got so much on my plate, it's not even funny. I forgot about the surface sheets coming in. I got to do that too on top of that. All right, Lord, we do one step at a time. We'll get it all done today, get it finished, get it completed, get it done. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us the ability to do amazing things. Without Him, none of it would ever be possible. Thank you for your time. Appreciate. Got to go, and God bless.